20,000 subscribers.
Mm-hmm.
So you have 20,000 people be able to buy into you right now.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Yeah.
So why don't you have a product?
What do you mean a product?
If you could have 20,000 people buy into you right now, why don't you have a product to sell these 20,000 people?
Like I said, when you're always objectified as a woman, the only product that men would actually respect and buy from you, not even respect, just buy from a woman would be their like private part. So that's honestly probably the only product a man would buy.
Or why not maybe buy a photo, a calendar? I've seen.
Well, yeah,
people sell-
calendars,
Yeah.
but like men wants to see something, and that's
Yeah, so-
why do you think so many women were able to quit their day jobs and just go fully on OnlyFans because there's so many men that are just thirsty to see that type of content. But
Do you know that majority of women on OnlyFans are not earning any money?
I mean, I don't know. When I last time I checked, they were making millions off that.
Ooh, maybe
That's
5 or 10.
There's
not,
like,
not 5, but you get what I'm saying?
I mean, I didn't know that Bella Thorne, like she was hated.
Actress.
Yeah, but she was hated on for like still. But that's the last I've heard of it. I know like this one girl, she was making like 10 grand a week, like just
And-
from OnlyFans.
Yeah, but that's one girl.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not every woman.
So let me get that on camera. So majority of people on OnlyFans, the average income is about $150 to $180 a month.
Okay.
A month.
Mhm.
So and I'm going to argue
Mhm.
there are more women on OnlyFans than men.
Mhm.
Right? I don't know the actual stat. That's a Rico stat.
Well, yeah.
Right? And that would go to show that majority of women on OnlyFans are only worth $200 a month.
Sorry.
Wow.
Because OnlyFans, I feel like if you're smart, you would take it off of OnlyFans though. Like you know how like many men that private messages me on Instagram and ask for like custom content, they know like they can get their money's worth if they did it outside OnlyFans.
Yeah, but you could do it on OnlyFans too.
But they take a fee out. Most people are not going to do that. And most smart people.
But
are not
we're
gonna
talking
do
about subscribers though.
that. Yeah, 1%. Yeah,
1% of OnlyFans creators make $10,000 a month.
How many OnlyFans content creators are there?
exactly. Yeah.
Probably like 3 million.
Odds,
think it
odds
also-
aren't good.
The odds are terrible.
It depends on your on your following base. I think.
But what I'm trying to say is that the ideology of men being desperate is not that desperate.
Because like okay, OnlyFans became trendy. I think when it first launched, like it was a lot of desperate men. I think that probably the statistics like changed with the more time passed because now it's so trendy for everyone to have an OnlyFans that it's not really lust after anything.
Thank you. That's my point.
But I think if they can go and get personal with a person, they would rather like get those type of pictures from an actual like personal level, which is like someone that they really built a emotional relationship with and talk to.
So now the manipulation comes into play. But what I would say is,
Yeah.
what I'm trying to say is, there's only but so many men are going to be paying to see titties, right? Like, because
It's so trendy now.
yeah, because it's
Should we
oversaturated.
take a poll in here?
Yeah.
Yeah, all of
I
the
don't
the
pay.
men versus
Who's
one
paying?
woman.
No pay.
I don't pay.
I've never paid.
I've never paid.
Never pay. Okay.
Well, I've never paid to see titties.
I mean, like I've been to a strip club,
I never paid.
No, that is, yeah,
but
no.
I've been to a strip
Is
club.
a dinner not
Strip club is
investment?
different 'cause I know strippers and like I'll go if they're working, but I won't. Like I'm not like a strip. I'm not like a tipper stripper.
Wow. Okay, wait. So here's the real facts too. There's about 1.25 million people that have an OnlyFans account. So 1% is roughly about 12,000 people that make 10,000 or more a month.
Right.
So 12,000 out of, you got a better chance going to college.
You got a better chance of being a model.
You just go to school.
Like I
just-
said, I think over time.
you make more money at McDonald's than OnlyFans. That's the fact.
So it's 1% of 1.
It's
million,
1% of about 1.2 plus million.
Yeah.
So there's 1.2 million that are daily, but there's more that are not daily. Obviously, there might be weekly posters.
But you know how much like attention OnlyFans is getting like when it first launched. You remember like how trendy it was and how you couldn't like go through your like feed without seeing OnlyFans this, OnlyFans that. It's because at that time when it launched, all the desperate men were running to it, and now that it's so common, like I said, when you make yourself less valuable, like how men do, when you see it more often,
Yo, she's crazy.
that's what takes your value away. Men like show their dick without women asking. That's what makes their dick less lust after, less valuable, because like we can see it for free. Or we pay for it. We could just like go on the app and be like, hey, and a guy be like, hey, here's my dick. So it's like for a woman, we don't do that. That's why we're more valuable. But now that OnlyFans happened, where so many women were joining it, that's bringing our value down. That's why it's no longer as popular.
Or maybe there's too many of you doing it.
That's what I just said.
But I honestly feel like we could see.
You'd have better odds being a stripper though.
You are better off being a stripper. You know how much
100%. They make more than $100, $200 a month.
They probably make
Friday, Saturday night.
They make like $500 a day. Like
you ever thought about that?
Well, I'm not in that life.
No, I'm saying like if
desperate times, desperate mess.
yeah. If the sugar baby wasn't working.
I mean, I think it's amazing.
Just
At least you are who you are.
launched that thing.
I really like OnlyFans.
Twitter just launched where you could get nude on there. So,
But they've been doing that on Twitter.
Yeah,
that
they've
was
been
my
doing
point.
that
Like,
before time.
It's like a private thing, or I don't know.
no, it's public. So they openly announced that they're going to have adult content on Twitter or X. And
Yeah, Elon's doing his thing.
yeah, you know what I'm saying? But they've been doing it already.
He's
They have been
he's
doing
like
that.
open source,
That's
whatever
what
you guys want.
That's
So,
why I
yeah.
found Drake dick pic is on
Twitter?
yeah, or X.
why are you
How
looking?
was
He
it?
said, yeah.
That's
It was
wild.
nice.
Nice.
Yeah.
All right. So according to this,
Yo,
the monthly active users, according to SimilarWeb, OnlyFans has an average of 420 million monthly active users. Daily active users, OnlyFans has an estimated 1.25 million daily active users. The revenue for OnlyFans, net revenue in 2020 was 375 million, increasing to an estimated 2.5 billion by 2022.
There you go.
yeah. And now that was 2022.
Mhm. Yeah.
Shit is going down.
Yeah, like I said, when you
That's why they're trying to do all these different things now. You see OnlyFans. I actually had, it's funny, somebody from OnlyFans wanted me to do a podcast with OnlyFans. And I was like, no. Like, they're like, well, OnlyFans is not just about, new content. They're trying to broaden their horizon because they're realizing that it's not as lucrative as they thought it would be.
A word?
Yeah. So like, but there's a lot of people. Well, I remember when OnlyFans first came about, it had nothing to do with nudity. It had everything to do, like, there was people that had cooking. There's people
nobody
even,
was paying for that.
well, I mean, you don't know. It was supposed to be for your fans, right? So like, but then there was some girl who said, you know what? I'm just about to just get,
Bust it open.
yeah, fuck stripping. I'm about to just strip from home. Like, and I would remember I just started watching girls strip from home, and then they move their content, and I'm not mad at the way that they made their lives,
Right.
but what I'm saying is it's not realistic for most people, 99%
Yeah.
of people, men or women, to think that you could just go in there nude and all the desperate people are just gonna flock and spend
Right.
money, right?
Mhm. Yeah, not on OnlyFans, but outside of that, absolutely.
Where did you find your boyfriend?
Yeah, let's not get into him.
I'm just curious.
Dating site.
Okay, because that was my thing. Like, I'm always curious on like where do people find like the like I tried to sign up for sugar babies back in the day, right?
They don't want you.
This shit didn't work
I'm
for me.
kidding. I'm
And
kidding.
honestly, I used a fake name because I was like, I don't know, I want nobody to find out this is me and shit. You know what I'm saying? So
That's not where you find them though.
yeah. So like, but the thing is, one of my homies had a sugar mama, right?
Oh.
That he found on the website. And he was like, bro, all you gotta do. She's like, I was up there for 1 week. I got me one. She pays for my monthly subscription. I said, oh, that's lit. So I'm like, I signed up for the trial.
Yeah.
My trial was over. I was like, nope. shit ain't working for me, bro. Like,
Another $24.99.
yeah, I was like, can't do that. I did have somebody message me, but you can't see their picture and shit, till you pay. And so I was like, yeah, nah, this ain't gonna work for me. So
Wait, what is that feet fetish thing? I
Which
forget
one?
what it's
Foot
called.
finder.
Foot
Oh, is
finder.
that what
Oh,
it
yeah.
is? Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a scam. There's a bunch of bots in there.
oh, really?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what dating site do you use or did you use?
I use Hinge, which is not good. Bumble. I like Bumble, even though it was like a lot of like players on there, but I like Bumble because like you initiate it as a woman. Like you have to message first.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So what do you mean by players on there?
Like it's just men looking to hook up, or like they're pretending like they're looking for something deeper, but they're really looking just to hook up.
You don't feel that's every dating app?
No, it is. That's what I said. But it's like, you can find different apps that's more serious because you have to pay a lot more. When it's free, is more accessible to just anybody. And I feel like when someone is really actually trying to find a serious relationship, when they're investing their money, they're more serious about it than just like a hookup. You wouldn't invest.
Because you got to pay.
Exactly.
You got to put some skin in the game.
Exactly.
Just get in the game. All right, Brian. So I have a question for you. We're gonna move on.
Shit.
If you had stop, bro. What are three
He
places?
didn't walk into his trap. That's what's happening.
No, the trap was already walked in, clapped twice, and then and the light came on and off. I was just being dead horse at that point. Where are three places you thought about having sex?
Whoa.
Or I guess maybe fantasized.
3 places.
Other than your bed, specifically says that here.
I'm a nature kind of guy. Like, give me the ocean.
Yeah, because you like surfing, like,
Yeah.
be ill sick.
Get me out in the ocean with the waves,
Yeah.
It's all good.
That's actually dope. Sex in the ocean but you can't do that, bro. That's like trapping.
What you mean?
You fuck around, fall in love, and it's just the moment. Go ahead. The other
Something
two?
about making love under like the moonlight.
It's
During Aquarius season when
It's
the tide is
like-
coming in.
Yeah,
something
but
like
it's real.
Yeah, it's real.
It's
Thank you, bro. That's why I fuck with him,
that.
bro.
I like that, so I don't.
Yeah,
I'll
me
never know.
neither.
It happens like that though. Yeah.
Chocolate boy.
Yeah. I don't know. Yeah, balcony. I like a little balcony moment.
That's dope.
It's like a little balcony moment.
You know what I'm saying?
You mind if we?
What was it? Was it places I wanted to or I have
You thought about.
thought about?
Yeah.
That's the thing. If I thought about it,
I did it.
we've been
Okay,
there.
talk, Kanye.
It's Can Day.
Kanye.
Can't they?
Cam Day. I like that. Shit.
Wait, so you've ever like had an intimate moment on the beach?
Yeah,
I was about to say, man.
100%. That's where I grew up.
Wait,
that was like the move.
Oh yeah, we about to go fuck in the ocean.
No, it was just like, let's go out to the beach, have
Eat
some
blue
beers
sea.
at sunset. You know what I mean? It's like, come on, say less.
That's lit.
Hey, what do you mean?
I wasn't able to do that. The state I grew up in, like, you didn't really want to swim in those waters back then.
Jersey?
Yeah.
What do you mean? I get in them.
Yeah, now you wasn't there 20 years ago.
Yeah, you're right.
Well, 20 years ago. God,
And the water,
damn.
the waters was clear before or something.
I don't think
It's
I don't think it's
always
ever been
brown.
clear.
I was like,
Yeah.
I always see brown
Maybe
water.
No, they
cleaned
used to.
it. You
Yeah,
get more?
they had to clean our beaches like many times. Many times. Actually, I just found out that there's a case going on right now because I forgot what country, but a foreign country was actually dumping oil waste in the bay that's actually like down the street from my house. I didn't even know that, but
That's
it's
all the time.
huh?
That's like all the time here.
Yeah,
Everywhere.
is it?
Yeah. Do you know up in like close by Wayne, there was a big plant, used to be an automotive plant that they used to dump waste into a lake.
Oh, see, I didn't know. Yeah,
They do that shit all the time.
but they were doing it in the ocean here. I feel like a lake is like whatever we made.
No,
this
but I
shit.
feel like they do it everywhere. It's just like until somebody gets caught.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true.
It-
So they've obviously got caught. I don't know when or how they got caught. I just know I seen it on New Jersey News, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Well, damn!" And it's crazy because because of our water is already like a green brown ish color.
That's not why.
No, I'm saying you just would never know it's happening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like if you're in Florida and it's like blue ass water and you just see this big ass oil like black spot, dark spot, you can see it and you know,
Yeah.
I think that was my big thing. But you know, so sex on the sand was my move, not in the waters.
Yeah.
Yeah, sandy cheeks.
I'm gonna say my last one, rooftop.
Rooftop.
Yeah.
That's lit. I've never done that.
Get on it.
What happens if she falls over?
I actually have a rooftop too.
He didn't say the ledge of the building.
Yeah,
It's the
just rooftop.
Oh, okay.
She just likes living on the edge.
Exactly. Yeah,
Good,
literally.
windy. It's nice and cool wind. You know what I mean? You got a little view,
Exactly.
hopefully.
Do you see the video of the girl like falling on top of a car during like having sex in the balcony?
No.
No.
Yeah, she like fell off and crashed into a car.
She died?
alive?
No, she was alive. She was naked and she got off the hood and started running.
She what?
Damn.
She's a
I
rider.
would never trust her. I would never.
She's
She
a
ain't
warrior.
falling for shit. Like,
Well, she fell for that, but yeah.
I'm like, what kind of creature is this? Just got up like I am legend. Like,
I think she was more embarrassed than anything.
yeah, fucking embarrassed me. I just fell off a balcony. Like, oh man.
Question for you, Brian. I'm gonna keep this to you only because this is an easier question for her, so it'll be difficult for you. What compliments do you struggle to believe? Like you would.
Yeah. Oh, he's
Easy.
saying that
For
you
myself,
think everything
yeah.
is perfect.
Oh, thank you.
What compliments
Yo.
do I struggle to believe about myself? I don't know. Like I hear it from people randomly, like especially being a photographer, you share people, you can share your photos to people that aren't familiar with the industry. And, somebody that's not familiar, they don't see it often. They may be like, oh my God, you're so good. Like, wow, that's so great. And it's like, but if you knew the reality of things, it's certain things like that. It's like, I think it's perspective though. So I don't know if I'm answering it correctly, but I feel like you get people from outside of your world that want to compliment you on things.
Mm.
And it's like, you don't know the reality of the world that I'm in. So you don't have a grasp of what you're talking about,
Yeah.
So I feel like those kind of, even though like they're complimenting me, telling me like, oh, you're a good photographer. Sure. But I'm not that great. You know what I mean? It's like that kind of thing. It's
You
like,
respect it more if it was coming from another person, like another photographer per se.
yes, or maybe somebody that's validated within the industry or
Mm.
somebody that knows the industry well. When you hear those kind of things,
Do you within yourself believe you're that good?
I think I'm good, but I'm definitely not as good as like I'm, referring to as people would say when they say that, just because they don't know. They don't.
Yeah.
So those kind of things, like you get compliments randomly in the world, and it's like, oh yeah, appreciate it.
So it'd be mainly about your work.
I mean, same thing. I feel like with your person, like you can. I feel like that's the same kind of thing. Like, I don't know. You guys being here, you grew up here in this area, whereas like if you go to a small town, like, I was somebody that grew up with like attention. You know what I mean? I was a class clown. I always got attention. And then like if you go to a small town or a small quiet area and everything, and it's like you get compliments, it's like, oh sure for you, but like in a bigger scale when you're around Lil Boat, you know what I mean? Someone that knows how to carry a conversation, someone that knows how to,
Yeah.
they have their own aurora about them. It, you know what I mean? It doesn't match. It doesn't parallel.
Okay. I can see that.
So those kind of things, it depends on where the compliment's coming from. Like, I feel
You're
like,
doing a great job, Candy.
appreciate you. You know?
I'm serious though. That was actually a genuine
You
thing.
have to say thank you for his compliment.
Yeah. Timing and things have changed. Is like when I was first getting into the industry and when I was much younger and like 2021, you used to see a lot more. You can't do it now because you'll get canceled in all the cases, the Me Too movements. But back in the day, like it used to be more like that where there was dick out, no problem. There was boobs out, no problem. It was casual. And I've been on set where I'm not going to say names because you guys all know who it is, but they'll be on set and they're like, do you want me to take my top off now? And big known models. And it's casual because not only they're used to doing nudes or whatever, doing classy photos and not just like provocative nudes. It's like implied nude or classy nudes. You know what I mean? Like covered, whatever, slightly.
With a leaf.
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. Something that's sexy. They call it art.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like that kind of thing was always there. And even just now, even the way the industry is like where girls are a little bit more conservative than they were back in the day. Like you don't have all this time and everything to be so cautious about that. Girls are like changing on set, like in the corner, and it's not as glamorous as you think.
Mm.
You know what I mean? It's like there's a wall and a curtain, get undressed. And the girls are like, we have 25 looks, hurry up. And they're like, fuck it. I don't even care. Just you know, they'll change right there. So it's kind of this, yeah, it's less taboo because it's just like work and it's a body, and they're also doing shoots all the time. And I feel like, yeah, photographers have, especially when you're coming up, like you always have these guys that do like model tests and everything. And in these model test thing, that's like a known situation where photographers will, do you want to do some nudes? Are you comfortable with your top off? Like that's super common in the early stages of photography with models. And as you push past that, you work into real brands and real magazines, and it's less like, are you comfortable? And it's like, yeah, so we're going to do some topless stuff. We're going to do nudes, and they just set the standard and you accept or you don't, you know? So it's definitely a thing. I don't know. You probably have a similar.
I'm just gonna go back to my point kind of earlier. It just a lot of
want it.
exactly.
Desperate ass photographer.
A lot of men go into photography to get a glimpse of like women with their top off, and they always like try to do like they always like are into like lingerie shoots. They don't shoot anything other than nude and lingerie, and then they do like body paint, which they consider, like he said, art. And then like it's just really just to see them naked. And you just have to, when you're a new amateur model, you have to get past those fake photographers, as they call themselves. Like you just have to get past them and go into like the real world of modeling, where you actually getting jobs where you can set like your boundary. Like, no, I will not take my top off. I'm not getting nude. I only do like beauty, like fashion, runway, and they accept your standards. Like when you're like desperate and like I don't want to say desperate. Actually, let me backtrack on that. I want to say when you're an amateur, when you're new coming into the game, like you're a little more eager and excited about little opportunities that you may get like taken advantage of by like these fake photographers. It's like trying to push you and pressure you into doing like stuff like where you're really revealed, like vulnerable and stuff. And you get peer pressured into that because you're like, oh, I have to do this in order to make it. Like this is the model world, but it's not. Like you have to just set boundaries.
It's a
So
fast track though.
mhm.